If you are a reader, you can understand what big a struggle it can be when you are asked to pick one favorite book. If you asked me the same question a few years ago, that what was the best book you read in this year, I would have stuttered and faltered before being able to pick on one answer. But 2022 was a year of self-reflection and self-awareness, and I have read some really incredible books that have made a deep impact on who I am as a person. And in today's video, I want to recommend you 4 such life-changing non-fiction books that are going to help you broaden your perspective, think outside the box, and expand your brain. These books will give you a different idea of the world, and these will equip you with tools that can help you handle and navigate through life better. So, if you only read 4 books in 2023, you can read these 4. Number 1. Life 3.0 Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence by Max Tegmark. Today's world has been obsessed about ChatGPT and about how artificial intelligence might take over the world. AI is definitely not a new topic, even though language processing AI like ChatGPT have made significant impact in 2022. And that is why people are so obsessed with AI and are having so many questions in their brain about how this will impact life. And this is exactly what Max Tegmark, the author, talks about in his book Life 3.0. This book is about Tegmark's perspective on how AI will unlock a vast spectrum of opportunities for humans. This book is a valuable resource because Max Tegmark, the author, is a professor who teaches physics and machine learning at the prestigious MIT. You could not find a more informed expert in this field to teach you more about artificial intelligence. Irrespective of whether you know nothing about AI or you consider yourself an expert, this book will have lots to teach you. If you want to acquaint yourself with the kind of technology that will change the shape of the world in the coming few years, then this is the book you must read. Some of my favorite quotes from Life 3.0 by Max Tegmark are: "It's not our universe giving meaning to conscious beings, but conscious beings giving meaning to our universe. Let's instead define life very broadly, simply as a process that can retain its complexity and replicate." You can get the book from the link mentioned in the description of this video. The second book that you must read in 2023 is Under a White Sky: The Nature of the Future by Elizabeth Colbert. Melting glaciers, surging sea levels, frequent storms, heat waves. Until a few years ago, all of these things were limited to science fiction and dystopian movies. But now, sadly, it has become a harsh reality. We all know climate change is such a huge topic for us currently in this world. So should we just sit back and let the world burn? Or should we actually take some action that can help in making the world a better place? This is a very pertinent question that is asked in this book called Under the White Sky by Elizabeth Colbert. Instead of filling you with despair, this book lists some groundbreaking technologies that are currently being worked upon that can actually be the last resort to save the human species and the ecology of this planet. The best part about this book is it does not leave you filled with hopelessness or sadness, but rather it teaches you about everything that are being done and all the things that you can currently do to take control of the situation and make sure that the world or humanity as we know does not collapse as a whole. This book is a compelling read. The author brings to life all these stories with impeccable research and humanity and empathy in her writing. Some of her stories might not 100% be fact-based, but they definitely drive the point home. Some of my favorite quotes from Under a White Sky by Elizabeth Colbert are: "I was struck, and not for the first time, by how much easier it is to ruin an ecosystem than to run one. The choice is not between what is and what was, but between what is and what will be, which often enough is nothing." The third book that I'm going to recommend you today is How to Do Nothing: Resisting the Attention Economy by Jenny Odell. We live in times of hyper-obsessed productivity, be it our overflowing to-do lists or the never-ending meetings on our calendars. Our lives are constantly spent between jumping from one task to the next with hardly any time to breathe or to experience the pleasures or the simple joys of life. Add on top of that social media, and we are constantly comparing our lives with others and wondering how much more we can do in this lifetime to achieve the maximum level of where we want to be. This is the topic that is addressed in this book, How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell. The author does not advise you to give up everything and become a hermit. No, that's not the point. The point is to be mindful of how you spend your time and how aligned you are with your core values. The author, Jenny Odell, is a professor of Internet Art and Digital Design at the prestigious Stanford University. She extensively understands how digital platforms use data to understand human beings. These platforms strategically steal our data and manipulate what we see on the screen to capture our attention. In such a world where the best minds of the world are trying to get you to click on a link, how do you protect yourself and make sure your attention is only reserved for the things that are important to you? That is exactly what Jenny Odell discusses in this book called How to Do Nothing. There isn't a better time to grab this book, especially now when the lines are blurring between the real and the virtual, and our online and real lives quickly overlap. If you are looking for a book that will make you ponder upon the finer aspects of life, then this is definitely it. Some of my favorite quotes from How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell are: I suggest that we reimagine FOMO as NOMO, or the necessity of missing out. What does it mean to construct digital worlds while the actual world is crumbling before our eyes? The fourth book that I suggest you must read in 2023 is called Trick Mirror: Reflections on Self-Delusion by Gia Tolentino. Today's world is engulfed with toxicity and capitalist horror. This book is a collection of 9 essays that deal with how you can navigate through life in today's world. The author wears a critical lens of the social culture, but she doesn't sound demeaning. If you want to understand how much we are deluding ourselves or how much we are tricking ourselves into believing that we are something which we actually aren't, then you should definitely read this book. It asks some deep and pertinent questions about the extent human beings justify the actions in their own head to make it sound as if they are living for some grand purpose, when in reality, all they are doing is acting on their whims. This book also brings up the ever-burning topic of free will and the illusion of control and freedom that some individuals have. It's definitely not an easy read, but if you like to ask questions and think about stuff that delve deep into the human psyche, then this book is definitely for you. Some of my favorite quotes from Trick Mirror by Gia Tolentino. Beauty work is labeled self-care to make it sound progressive. Striving to look carefree and happy can interfere with your ability to feel so. Well, these were the 4 must-read non-fiction books that you should pick up in 2023. Make sure you leave your recommendations in the comments as well. And if you have read any of these books, please do let me know your review in the comments. Don't forget to share this video with all your reader friends. And if you plan to pick a book from this list next, please do let me know in the comments. The links to buy all these 4 books are in the description of this video, so do check out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content like this. I'll see you again soon. Until then, keep reading and stay awesome. Cheers!